actually turned out to be true.
Yeah, it actually turned out to be true. That's why I said, yep, I just hit live. Yeah, it just went live just like literally now. I literally don't know, like I said, man. But like I say to all the audience, though, I'm telling you, you know, certain people feel the way that they feel, what me and Jeffrey are talking about our scoopers that roll with us, DC fans, and certain people in this community. But I would argue 8 to 9 out of 10 things they've gotten right. Period. You know, nobody gets everything right, but I'm telling you right now, they've gotten quite a lot of shit, and we're going to talk about it here in just a moment. Let's go.
Seriously, what the hell's wrong with you people?
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
Hey, welcome back to Strong Arm Flix. What's good? What's up, everybody? And what's up, Jeffrey?
Nothing. How are you?
I am good. Man, we were having some interesting conversation behind the scenes, and I was like, you know what? How we should have went live earlier, because it's not enough. It's not nothing that I ain't willing to share with everyone else. But yeah, man, it's just you know, it's just crazy, man. But yeah, so today, guys, we're going to be talking, and we're going to state this early on. I know it's in the description of the video. The Flash movie review and reveal. Full spoilers, full-on spoilers. Flash movie review, full-on spoilers is what this live stream is. Me and Jeffery Warfield have both now seen the movie with our own eyes, and there's a lot to talk about, a lot to unpack. Like I said in the short that I dropped the other night, I'm sorry I didn't talk. I didn't want to talk and say anything because we got so much to talk about and so little time today. So yeah, so we are here, and again, I just want to state that again, for those who haven't seen the movie that might feel some kind of way about hearing spoilers, I'm just letting you know now that when we get into this in a few minutes, this is going to be all spoilers, bro. Like, we're talking about this movie. We're going to go, I don't know how in depth we're going to go, but this is a very heavily spoiler, you know, episode, live stream today. So, but anyway, in the chat already, we got Pedro. What's going on, Pedro? Oof. Sees the director. Said, what's up, everyone? Restore the Snyderverse. The new DC is so very disappointing. What it's become. 100.
Yep, 100.
All right, Slipknot fan. Everything WB has made after Zach is pure. Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Damn, I'll have to watch the stream another time. I haven't seen the movie. Yeah, like I said, man, you know, I don't know how bad you want to see it or not see it, but yeah, you know, that's why I wanted to put that disclaimer out there for everybody. This is gonna be spoilers in this, because this is gonna be a no bars, no holding back, nothing live stream. We're gonna break this shit down because this movie is now out everywhere worldwide, and it has been for at least 2 days now. It's been out halfway across the globe for a lot longer than 2 days, but here where I'm at, we got the movie dropped like damn near last out of the whole planet. Yeah. And you know, so there's no reason that nobody hasn't, you know, that everybody's had time to see it now. And I kind of want to strike while the iron's hot. So yeah, guys. And like I said, everybody on this channel, despite the bullshit with the movie, beside the good with the movie, there's good with the movie. There is, but there's plenty of bad. But despite all that, I still stand firm and say that, you know, if things go south in the future, because right now there is no definitive answer, and right now there is no Snyderverse, no more. So with that being currently, you know, hence the restore, hence the hashtag sell, and all that and whatnot, which you guys are all aware of. But like I said, I still stand firm by this, you know, disclaimer. You know, if you're a Snyderverse fan, a Zack Snyder fan, OG DCEU fan, this may, and I stand by this, and after seeing this movie, I stand by it further, despite my opinions of the movie. This may be your last time ever to see the characters, whether they're portrayed the way that you want or not, which again, I've seen it, and I can say that in some regard, they were definitely respected to a degree more in this movie than any movie since Zack's run. But at the same time, it's still problematic, obviously. That's what we're here to discuss. But this may be your last time to say goodbye to, you know, if things go south in the future, this might be your last time to theatrically watch the characters that Zack created and that you know and love on the big screen ever. So I would suggest, even if you go there to hate watch the son of a bitch, I would, which I mean, I don't suggest you do that, but I'm just saying that, you know, even if that's what you do, I would suggest that you do go and at least check this movie out. And you know, so with that being said, though, spoiler review, Jeffrey Warfield, strong arm, let's go. But let me read a couple more comments, and we're gonna jump right into this. Pedro, not good, man. Nothing is good. Just they had another meeting. Even Grace Randolph confirmed before deleting her comment. Okay.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that too, about there being another civil war still going on in WB. Like, apparently that's still going on.
I bet. I'm friends with one of her friends who talks to multiple people in Hollywood. They even told the director of The Flash to not say anymore. They are on damage control now. I get
Yeah, that is the case. Yeah, I truly believe that.
All right. Have a good stream, dude. See you later. All right, Slipknot fan. Thank you for joining, though, even if it was short and brief. But you know, obviously, got to be honest with you up front about what this live stream will entail. I don't want to ruin anything for you. You know, that's respect right there, brother. But anyway, Ray, sup, y'all? Not watching, so don't care. Spoilers, let's go. All right, hey, okay. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Sees the director. The Flush is a certified flop. This does put a smile on my face. You know, and here's something else I want to show you guys real quick. Now that we're caught up with the comments, before we begin, Jeffrey, I want to show you guys, and I'm sure Jeffrey's probably already aware of this, but let's take a look. Let's take a look real quick. On Rotten Tomatoes, and let's see. Oh, this is the wrong one. I remember. Yeah, this is, and I hate how that does that. That's so annoying. I gotta fix my browser. Every time I use that one, the damn Bing pops up, and I can't tolerate anything that ain't Google. I just can't. I don't know. I guess I'm a Google head or something. But yeah, that's CW. Where's the one? Yep, right here, right at the top. Now it's at the top. Okay, look at, guys, the critical, man, if you don't get out of my face. The critical score from the critics for the Flash movie has now fallen to 67%. And this movie has only been out worldwide for 2 days now. Completely worldwide for 2 days, everywhere. And it's already fallen to 67%. So, again, was it marketed and fabricated hype and positivity that WB paid off all these big actors, big directors, and big talking heads? Because David Zaslav, that's the kind of guy that he is, apparently, which we've come to learn since him taking over in this new regime, that he's a businessman and that he's a savage and that sometimes he doesn't make the greatest decisions. But yeah, 67% already. If it hits 59, I think that's rotten, ain't it, Jeffrey?
Yep.
So I don't think this is going to get rotten, but I think this damn thing, by the time it runs over, I think the critical, I don't know about the audience. The audience is still pretty high, 85%. That's pretty respectable. Again, the general audience seems to be split down the middle, but more positive than negative as far as the general audience is concerned. Critically, with critics and with fans, though, mainly fans, but critics too, they're not too happy. And it's like, why? You know, this is what you guys wanted when you guys pushed out Zack Snyder. This is what the critics at the time, the reviews and the shit that they were doing, tanking Zack's movies to epic levels of low. It was clearly an agenda against Zack Snyder back then, because to have one of his movies have a 27% critical score is insane. It's absolutely disrespectful. The fact that the movies that you see them give higher ratings, that's why I say that you can't take some of their reviews seriously. Critics nowadays are, but I just thought it was interesting, guys, and you should see the reviews now. Look at all these rotten. These are critics.
Yeah.
Look at that. These are still coming in new. Now that's what rotten. Like, okay, you know what I mean? There's positive, but dude, like I said, just wanted to go over that with you guys before we, hold on. Oops. Hold on, I gotta close this out, open this up. There we go. But I just wanted to go back over that with you guys. But anyway, so let me turn the music down just another hair. There we go. So here we are. So now, guys, so with the Flash, in this movie, I got to say, there was definitely the one thing that I will say, Ezra Miller, despite the accusations, many of which were proved to be false accusations, and many of which that he was not convicted in a court of law of, was innocent until proven guilty. He, despite all that, though, we don't even need to get into that. Him as an actor, and I've been said this, I see exactly what Zack Snyder's seen in him when he casted him. And I'm glad, and this movie did prove that Ezra Miller is fully capable of being a badass fucking Flash.
Yeah. He
definitely has the acting chops, can play the part to the T. And that's the one good takeaway that I got out of this movie. Now, like I said, most of the issues come from the director's vision.
Yeah.
No, the studio not having no real direction with any of these movies, as usual. Poor CGI, which is also the studio's fault. Many of the issues with this movie aren't Ezra Miller, and anybody that says that Ezra Miller is the issue with this movie, they're full of shit, and they're just full on hating, and they would hate, period, because it's Zack's characters. We're not talking about Ezra Miller in real life. We're talking about him as a actor and his performance that he gave in The Flash. And if you say the performance that he gave in The Flash is shit, then you're on some other shit. The performance was great. The issue is the studio is a pile of dog shit. The issues are the cameos, the Speed Force even, which is a creative decision that has nothing to do with Ezra Miller as an actor. Yep. I had an issue with that. The bad guys that they chose, the bad guys that they cut out. Many of the issues, the story that's being told, again, that's not Ezra Miller's decision to tell whatever story that he is an actor, okay? Yep. And his job, he did phenomenally. It is not his fault that he don't own the IP just like Zack Snyder doesn't, and that he cannot control what they do with this movie, what they do with their IP, what they do with their properties they own, what direction they want to change the script to, what reshoots they force him to do. That he has no control over that shit. So that's the one thing that I want to say is that I was very pleased with Ezra Miller's performance, and I was very happy to see spend so much time with his Flash, with Ezra as, Ezra and his Flash on screen. It was really a nice feeling. It was in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
It's what I kept thinking. This is awesome. It's like we get to hang out with the dude all day. You know what I'm saying? See and get into his mind and in his world and see all the questions that we had from Zack Snyderverse. And I like that the fact that, one thing that they did, they kept continuity. I like the fact that they did keep Zack's Justice League canon, despite all the other issues that the movie had.
Yep.
Now, it is. Now, everything that they do, besides acknowledging Zack's canon, I mean, they even kept the way that Barry runs to the fucking T in the Snyder cut, when he's in the Speed Force scene, running, they even kept that when he runs. They even did that, which he didn't do in the Justice League cut. He even runs and even does like that, like you said early on when people said Ezra runs funny. They go full on and show exactly how he runs in this movie, and it's more like an ice skater. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Traveling through like time, like the way that he runs. It's like, and it's different. It's a different, creative approach to the Flash instead of just showing him, running extremely fast, with full on CGI 24/7, like they do in the Flash series. And again, that's something that Zack and came up with, and they kept true to that. They acknowledged the events of the Snyder Cut, multiple events that happened, but they still told their own story. So this is, like I said, the best case scenario of Hamadaverse or MCU 2.0, however you want to look at it.
Yep.
This movie should have came out right after the original Aquaman. It would have fucking probably struck gold had it came out directly after the original Aquaman dropped.
Yeah,
it probably would have.
That was actually the original slate too. It was going to be Aquaman and then the Flash.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
That was the original slate.
So, Blue Beetle's the next flop on the list.
No one is really talking about that. Yeah, James Gunn said that James Gunn said it's supposed to be the first DCU project.
Exactly, and like I've been saying, you guys want to send a strong message. You want to do this boycott and shit. I'm not saying to do it. I'm not encouraging anybody to, but I'm saying I don't blame you. What you do with your money, not going to see a movie or choosing to, that's your hard-earned money. Nobody can tell you. You are the consumer, the customer. You don't have to put up with the dog shit that they feed you. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that because of the fact that this might be the last goodbye, if you are going to boycott, start that shit and send that signal to James Gunn and Peter Safran. Send that shit to Zaslav that you're rejecting James Gunn, and start that shit with Blue Beetle and moving forward. Don't necessarily do it with this movie. I mean, you don't have to go see it, but I'm talking about full on that boycott shit. Start, if you're going to do it, and I don't recommend anybody full on boycott, but if you're going to do it, start it with Blue Beetle, because then maybe you'll send a message. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, so that's a couple of highlights that I do have to say that I liked, and that's let me think. Michael Keaton was great.
Yeah.
It was severe nostalgia bait, which was obvious, but surprisingly though, Jeffrey, Michael Keaton actually kicked ass.
Yeah.
He actually was really fucking good. And I'm not gonna lie, I went into the theater and I was ready to just be super hyperbolic and critical as fuck of Michael Keaton's performance, because I know what the purpose of the studio putting him in there was. And it wasn't, thank God, what we got was probably, because of Andy Muschietti and Keaton, really being passionate about the character. But believe it or not, guys, Keaton really did do a very magnificent job. Sasha Kaye, I went in there, again, ready to fucking hate, ready to be critical, hyperbolic, super critical, because again, I I just remember that originally Hamada was trying to replace Cavill with her. Now they're not doing that no more, but that was the original plan. So that still had a little bit of a distaste in my mouth, remembering that.
Yeah.
You know, that moving forward they were going to try and make the DCU, you know, with Batgirl, Supergirl, you know, Wonder Woman. It was going to be Wonder Woman, Batgirl, Supergirl, and Keaton moving forward. You know what I mean? And people were calling it the soon-to-be DCU. Remember that shit, Jeffrey?
Oh, yeah.
And they were right at the time. That was the plan. But I gotta say that we did not have Sasha Calle is not in the movie nearly as much as you think.
Yeah.
And neither is Keaton, but Sasha Calle's in it even less than Keaton.
Yeah.
Not by a lot, but she's in it less than even Keaton. And they both, I think, them were the best parts of the movie. Now, do I agree with the direction they took the movie in? Or the story they told, or the way they told it? Not really. Some things worked and some things didn't. But I think that the highlights were, I definitely want to say, like I said, she was very believable and as Supergirl, and she really like had a laid back approach. She didn't crack any fucking jokes, none of that. And she was serious, and she like knew the lore. She acted like she was the lore, like she was always there.
Yep.
Like, and surprisingly, it actually felt real. It didn't feel like a load of bullshit that an actor was just telling me. It didn't feel like it was the old regime, messing with shit. It actually felt real, the way that they did it. The way that it was, I don't know if it was a combination of good filming and her acting good and, good acting chops combined with good, camera work. Again, CGI on her was one or two scenes that were kind of wonky, but most of CGI on Sasha Calle doing her thing as Supergirl was actually solid. Now, the issues come from the Speed Force, the way they portray the Speed Force. In Barry, the two Barrys, there's multiple scenes with them where it looks fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But go ahead, Jeffrey, go ahead and what do you think about everything that I just broke down and said? What do you got to say about that specifically?
Yeah, really. I think Michael Keaton and Sasha killed it in their roles. Like you said, it felt like Sasha was always part of the lore of the DC EU as a whole. It really did feel natural, and really it was just like people weren't exaggerating about her being really great, because it's like she was always there. So it was like, yeah, complete props to her, and it really just, yeah. And as for Michael Keaton, like, yeah, he was nostalgia bait, but he was really good in the Flash. He really was good in the Flash.
Yeah, he was actually it really, and honestly, I really just can't believe that the way that they went about it with Keaton was interesting as fuck. And I really can't believe that they honestly pulled it off with him, and it didn't feel like nostalgia bait. It didn't. It clearly was.
Yeah.
Like, you step outside the movie, don't think about what you're seeing in the movie or their performance. Think about the studio, why this was put together, why this happened. It clearly was nostalgia bait. Clearly.
Yeah.
But it was executed by Muschietti and Keaton in such a manner that it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. And in the movie, he just kind of did his thing. He didn't overshadow any of the other characters. He didn't act like cocky. Like they didn't portray it like they were trying to replace Batfleck with him, or like they were trying to replace Batfleck with Keaton. It didn't come off that way. So, like, yeah, that to me, like I said, that's definitely some highlights for me. With the movie was them two, definitely. And so now I've got a small list that I've put together, Jeffrey, for us of talking points, and I'm uploading our video over here to Twitter right now, and a couple other sites. Multitasking. You know what I do. But anyway, so again, this is spoiler. What's up, Brandon Pittman? But yeah, this is heavy spoilers. We're in this video. So if you haven't seen The Flash, I don't want to piss you off. So first thing I want to talk about is is not, yes, Zack Snyder's Justice League is canon, but not only is Zack Snyder's Justice League canon, so is Wonder Woman 84, unfortunately. Yeah. Now, the scene now let's talk about Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. I feel like I need to go back, Jeffrey, and see because Affleck explained the scene that he filmed, remember?
Yeah.
I don't think the scene that we got was the original scene that he said that he filmed, because he said it was like in a bunker or some shit. They were on the fucking bridge, and that little bit of scene with him mumbling shit under his breath, I don't think that was the performance that he initially filmed. I think that was reshot last minute.
Yeah, that really did feel
because
like
that was Justice League 2.0 is what that was on the bridge. And I know Affleck, I don't know if they took what Affleck did, lowered his voice, and filmed a bunch of other shit around it and changed the camera angles and made it weird in editing and post. But there's no way that this is what Affleck explained to us. And really, after this live stream, I'm going to do some digging and see exactly what Affleck said about, I finally figured out how to play the guy. I know damn well he's not talking about that. It's similar to the scene that we got, but there's no way that's the scene he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have another Justice League scene. And it's on a bridge. And it's the Flash and Batfleck get stuck together, and boom, here comes a whip, and whew, Diana comes up like a badass. She looks great. It's not just a cameo; it's really her there. She has it's like an extended cameo, I guess, more than what she had in Shazam 2. I want to say, but not much more. But it was actually full on her, and she looks great. And the problem is that at the end of her scene, she super jumps and takes off flying like a bat out of hell into the sky. And I'm like, huh? And that's when I realized, okay, so Muschietti isn't just keeping the continuity of the Snyder Cut. He is respecting the continuity of everything that's came before. So unfortunately, for us, like again, the 84 continuity does not affect the movie in any other way. It's just that when they show Diana, when they show Wonder Woman and they show the scenes that she shot, the continuity from her, they're absolutely, it's absolute continuity to Wonder Woman 84, which was fucking trash. I don't have a problem with her flying, per se. It's just the fact that, all these events took place and transpired in Wonder Woman 84, which was absolute dog shit of a movie. One of the worst, second worst fucking DCEU movies that we've probably ever got. And which is crazy because her original movie was one of the best DCU movies we ever got. So it's just such a dramatic shift between them two movies, which we all know. It's nothing new. Nothing new there. But anyway, so that's one thing that I want to talk about, Jeffrey. And the other thing is that what else is there? So let's talk about the bad guy in the movie. So again, heavy spoilers. So there's multiple bad guys, but the way they portray it, the way they do it, it's honestly not overwhelming the way that they do it. They actually executed, for the amount of characters that they were handling in this movie, they handled it well. Again, that's another positive. But Black Flash, Okay, let's talk Black Flash. Everybody knows by now who the fuck he is. When we watch the two Barrys, one of the, again, spoiler talk. The other Barry is the Black Flash. The other Barry, they even CGI'd out some of the spikes.
Yeah.
In the trailers.
I'm gonna go to my laptop real quick.
Okay, Jeffrey, I'll be waiting for you to come back. Go ahead.
Okay.
But yeah, everybody knows that that's the Black Flash, right? It actually was pretty dope. His storyline, but the way that they showed the villain in the making, and his heart was so broken that he could not save everyone, that he wouldn't stop fucking with the timeline. He wouldn't stop fucking with the Speed Force. And fighting the Kryptonians is what destroyed his body, because he wouldn't stop. He's like, no, nobody dies. And he ends up turning into what he's trying to fight eventually. And at one point, there's him, and he's got all these blades on him, and his eyes are like, he's like, all fucked up. And our Barry is like, you have to stop. And they're in the Speed Force, and he goes like this. He's like, shink, and he's got the blade up, and he's like, and then he realizes, oh shit, you know, what am I doing? And he stops. And then all of a sudden, the real Black Flash comes busting through the Speed Force and fucks up Barry. And he's, at this point, got these sharp objects sticking out of him. And he's got like a blade or two, knives stuck through his arms, like literally stuck through his arms from fighting the Kryptonians. I'm breaking blades off, fighting with them and shit. And he's like helping him fight him. And then they realize that it's him. But I feel like the fact that they killed the other Barry, and then obviously his remnant of him and his future self obviously dissipates. That was stupid as fuck. They should have saved the Black Flash and let him get away, or something happened and saved him to revisit that character down the line. Because soon as we get the full-fledged Black Flash, the fight takes down and it's over in a flash. Like, literally. And they're both dead. And you grow to really like and understand this is a character that they could have kept, like, as a villain in the Speed Force, if there was gonna be Flash sequels, to be on Barry's ass all the time, that the audience would want to root for. You know what I'm saying? That has motivations that you can sympathize with. And it was just, the villain origin of him was amazing. It was beyond amazing. But the fact that they killed him, they fucking killed everybody in this damn movie, except for Barry, basically, until the very end. I mean, he's in a new universe, but they killed every fucking buddy. And I get it, you know, and again, I know that I've seen people say this, and you can definitely tell that James Gunn was giving Andy Muschietti notes. And I don't know, I don't think that was the original plan, was for the Black Flash to die right then and there. I don't think that was the plan. But the way that it goes down is that, you know, he saves Barry, and he kills him, kills himself, basically, and to save Barry, knowing, hey, I don't want to turn into that, you know, we're the good guys. And he's all fucked up, and he's crying, and he drops dead, and the way it happens is tragic. And I actually kind of, believe it or not, I actually felt something. I was like, wow, that was, but then I thought about it, and I'm like, that's too soon. You just revealed that that's the Black Flash. You just revealed his identity, and within literally 60 seconds, it felt like they're both dead. Dead. Gone. And I thought to myself, what a waste of something I did not expect. The only villain that had great build-up, great story, you know, and this wasn't the zombie Flash per se. I don't believe that was, you know, you know, but anyway, I mean, it was just that was a highlight. But so let me rephrase then, okay? The villain, Black Flash, his origin, the other Barry that's in yellow, that Barry and Michael Keaton and Kaye they really, without them, this movie would have been doomed. They did a good job with them three characters. Everything else, besides a moment here or there, dog shit. But like I said, I just am really like, it's just really a damn shame because I can't remember the last time, besides General Zod in Man of Steel 10 years ago, for DC in general, on live action DC, other than Zod, and that was 10 years ago. Like, there's never been another more relatable villain in a DC live action movie than Black Flash in live action. Like, this is a big IMO, but I'm telling you, if you guys seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I feel like there's no way in hell that he was supposed to die right there. And if he was, either way, I disagree with that creative decision. So again, can I come on? Yeah, Brandon Pittman, you can come on. Just give me a few minutes. Yep, you can absolutely get on, brother. Koj said, sounds like I missed a cinematic CW Flash crossover. Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, I really did. Like I said, I really liked. I know the CW has done all the different versions of the Flash. We've all seen it on there. After like season 3 of the Flash, all the Flash on the CW turned to dog shit, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm telling you, the way that they went about Black Flash in here was better than any fucking thing that they did with the entire fucking movie. Yes, he started off young as young Barry, and he was supposed to be playing like a college version of himself. He was slightly annoying in the first like 30 minutes of the movie when they first introduced him, but after that, he got super enjoyable as time went on. So, and then come to find out, he's the villain that they're fucking fighting. Like I said, everything else, the way that Muschietti decided to portray the Speed Force with the CGI, and he's like in a fucking football field dome that's like tiny though. Stupid. The way that it shows all this like acid trip shit, like looked like they were trying to copy Into the Spider-Verse. Like the way that the graphics looked in the Speed Force, it looked like for one, it wasn't just a creative decision. There was absolutely CGI all over the place outside of the Speed Force that was fucking terrible. So Muschietti's full of shit. He's just, he's trying to cover for the studio same way David Ayer did in the beginning. We all know that. Kal-El, what's up? Hit that like button for Strong Arm. Thank you. But yeah, it's just, now let's start again. I've said enough good shit. I know I've had some criticism so far, but let's get into all the bad shit now. Like I said, the Black Flash was wasted. And Wonder Woman 84 is canon to Wonder Woman when she shows up. Didn't care for that. That's not that serious though, in my eyes. And then the other thing is with Christina Hodson staying on. I'm surprised this movie had any good aspects to it at all. With her being on writing and being there creatively at all. Oh my God. What the fuck was up with the distasteful baby killing shit? Okay? We got, and this is how our people that people like Film Junkie and many other people criticize these scoopers. A lot of the shit, the people that scoop for our DC shit, they get a lot of shit right. Dude, you know how long ago it was when they flat out said that Kal-El was gonna be killed as a baby? That shit happened in the movie. I was like, dude, this shit came out, was leaked by a scooper almost over a year ago. And this is actually in the movie, and you fuckers didn't reshoot it or change it, knowing that we potentially knew that was what was going on. Like, I don't know what to say about it. I really don't. But yeah, so Zod, in this time, it's a different timeline. In this timeline, Supergirl and Kal-El leave the planet Krypton at the same time when it's exploding, but Zod somehow catches the Kryptonian spaceship that's got Kal-El as a baby, and he fucking kills him as a baby, yo. Why? Why? You know, and it'd be one thing if it was just that, but that's a baby killing fucking, like, type of shit, right? That'd be one thing, but then they shot this awesome scene, but it instantly got distasteful as fuck. Who wants to watch? And then they used it for the end credit of the scene. There's this part where this building's falling down, and it's a big-ass hospital with a nursery in it full of babies, which everybody probably knows by now. And you're thinking, you know, no, they're not gonna take it that far. You know, you wanna show even a little kid fall out a window, fine, but a fucking, like 10 fucking infant babies falling to their death, showing like everything known to man that will kill a fucking grown man. Like a shard of glass this fucking big is an inch from an infant baby's neck falling out of a fucking window, and it's in slow motion about to fucking chop through this baby like fucking chopped liver. And you're like, why? Why? I get that he's the Flash and he's probably gonna save them, but why the fuck are you? Who creatively decided this would be a neat scene? This is distasteful and sickening as fuck. Then there's another baby, and this mother freaker is like got some kind of electricity or some power line shit is about to hit this baby, and then this other baby is about to get fucking impaled by some boulders. Then this baby, like every child, like it wasn't like they were just falling to their death, then they needed caught, like, oh, from the Flash. No, they were not only falling to their death, they were falling to their absolute death. And they filmed it in a way that he could have very easily not have been able to save at least 2 or 3 of them babies. And at the very last minute, like they make you feel this shit for like, it feels like this scene drags on forever and ever. And he's speed forcing around and doing everything he can, but it's like, it's only the nursery though, the whole building. And you know that other mother freakers in there had to have died when this level collapsed and shit, but they don't show none of that. They just focus on the nursery soon as something happens, and then it takes over and they stop showing other shit. And then from then on until the scene's over, it's nothing but him in midair with a therapy dog, which they use for comedic relief. Therapy dog was falling to his death. And it was kind of funny. That's what kind of saved the moment. He was like, had his tongue out like this. And Barry's running by and he's like, and he sees a hot dog. He's like, trying to eat the hot dog. That, you know, that was kind of funny. But it's just the point, like, you wouldn't need that damn dog there from comedic relief. There is no comedic relief when you shoot a scene with like 8 or 9 babies one about to get impaled, one about to get electrocuted, another one about to get crushed to death, another one, you know, and then he saves the babies and he puts one of the fucking babies in a microwave, bro. And I'm like, why? Why? Whose decision was it for you to do that, bro? And then I'm like, oh my God, if that microwave kicks on, bro, because of the electricity that's surging around him, somehow it hits the microwave and it powers it up, that shoots off of the Flash like this, left and right. I'm like, oh, and they film it to make you feel like that could happen. That's fucked, bro. That's not funny. That's not fun. That's just, and I bet you that was Christina Hodson. That was super distasteful, disrespectful. I really, you know, that combined with the killing Kal-El as a baby, like Zod talking about him killing him as a baby. There's 2 different baby killing scenes in this movie. Why? You know, that was very distasteful. It's just, again, I enjoyed seeing him do his thing and them displaying his powers in that scene, but why did it have to be babies, bro? Like, it could have been anything else, but newborn babies. And then the way that it wasn't just that they were falling to their death, they were falling to their absolute demise. And they were gonna get, not just fall to their death, they're gonna get impaled, electrocuted, crushed to death, and then fall to their death after they're already dead. Like, why? Creatively, on paper, who the fuck thought that was a smart scene to write out? Like, I don't know. It just, I don't know, that was somebody, Christina Hodson's way of being edgy and thinking that that was like dark or serious, or like that it would land with the audience and make them go, oh, no, it was super like baffling. Like, I didn't know what to say. Like, it was disgusting. I felt disgusted watching it. Like, I just, and I know that that was Christina Hodson behind that bullshit. I know it was. I just know it was. Oh, let's continue now. Let's continue now. I've got, now, the next thing is, again, I had to make a list, guys, so that I could, because there was quite a few things I wanted to talk about. So I made a little list on my phone so we could go through them, like topics of the things that I wanted to. And the end credit scene, and it is confirmed, another leak that was leaked that is absolutely correct. George Clooney shows up at the end of the movie. George Clooney is the end credit scene. And, yeah, you know, yeah, again, they were correct. When they leaked this out almost 6 months ago, Scoopers, they were absolutely, or 5 months ago, however long ago it was, they were absolutely correct. So now in the new timeline at the end, George Clooney is Batman. And they don't show him as Batman, they show him as Bruce Wayne, and George Clooney does look very sharp, looks very handsome, he looks in shape, he rolls up in, but what pisses me off, he rolls up in Ben Affleck's fucking car though. Like this new school, futuristic Bruce Wayne billionaire playboy car. Not some shit like George Clooney would actually be rocking. And they make you think that it's Batfleck, and it steps out, and it's supposed to be like, it's not him. And it wasn't. And it honestly just pissed me off immediately. So yeah, that leak was confirmed. So good job. Like I said, all these leaks, and a lot of these I heard from Sil Abdul quite a while ago, and you know, a couple other people, but yeah, they were right. Most of their leaks were correct and true, dating back over a year, some of them. Yeah, literally, and then this is the final thing that I want to talk to you guys about, really, with the Flash movie, okay? So hopefully Jeffrey will get back in here. It's been a minute, bud. His laptop died or something. He hasn't popped up backstage. Let me check and see if he's... Okay, all right. Well, anyway, yeah, so this movie has had 2 or 3 re-edits, if you will. So originally, Andy Muschietti filmed his movie, whatever the fuck his real cut entailed. He filmed his movie, correct? Then Hamadaverse, years ago, Walter Hamada and Toby Emmerich, they gave him, Andy Muschietti, more new notes, and they wanted to turn the DCEU into the DCU. And they wanted, at the time, during their reign of terror, they wanted to get rid of Keaton. They wanted to get rid of Batfleck. They wanted to get rid of Cavill. And they wanted to focus more on the girl-centric shit and, you know, do Snyderverse like 2.0, and then get rid of Batman and Superman with Batgirl and Supergirl and Michael Keaton as Batman. You know, so that was refilmed and reshot, right? So so when that was done, from whatever Muschietti originally had, the trailers it was way too early on, right? So when Muschietti filmed his original stuff, we never really got, it was still too early for him to cut a trailer, right? But then when Hamada and them stepped in, right when we got the very first trailer and the first leaks for The Flash at all, you can see in the trailers, there's a scene with Sasha Calle and Henry Cavill. No, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, so that was the original one, right? So then Hamada and them get out of there, right? Then comes Mike DeLuca, Pam Abdi take over. This was recent, right? Before Gunn. And they wanted to do another run with the Snyderverse. and try to keep all the characters and tell fresh new stories and let the creatives actually do their job and bring Zack on, you know, as a creative until they could find a way for him to come back and direct his Justice League 1 and 2. But in the meantime, they were going to bring Zack on to be a creative to oversee what they were doing, but let a different director handle the project, but keep everything, the story intact as Zack did, keep the characters intact as Zack did, keep the continuity, the tone, all of that. And they were in the middle of, bringing back Cavill and Snyder to do Man of Steel 2. There was already a script. Brainiac was going to be the villain. We all know this, right? So during that time frame, Pamela Abdy, Mike DeLuca, when Cavill shot his Black Adam scene, Pamela Abdy and DeLuca had him shoot his scenes for The Flash as well. So in the end of the movie, Cavill shows up and it's really him. No bullshit. And it's with Sasha Calle. They have an interaction together. And Sasha Calle and Henry Cavill and Keaton and Affleck are all there at the end of the movie. They're all still alive. They're all still intact. And now this new time, the way they go about it, when they go back to the normal timeline, now they can start moving forward and tell Man of Steel 2, they can do this. And now Sasha Calle exists, but she's been brought into the Snyderverse, so to speak. Not the Snyderverse has been taken and turned into something else. And in the trailers, you can see where it shows Sasha Calle at the courthouse saying, "Are you ready?" in one of the trailers. That was the scene where if it was extended, you could have seen more of it. Cavill would have been there, full-on Superman suited up. Really him, not just a quick little cameo. It would have been an extended cameo, is what I would call it. And he would have actually had a couple of lines, and so would have Sasha Calle. Keaton would have been there beside him, and Affleck would have been there. Or been alive doing something else, just, you know, not in that exact scene at that exact moment. Or maybe he would have. I'm not clear about where Affleck was, but he was alive too. He was still alive, and that's why he was going to go on and be in the, Aquaman 2, the Lost Kingdom movie, and that's why we've seen them scenes with him shooting them scenes initially, okay? That would have been fine. We would have got Man of Steel 2. Affleck would have been in the Lost Kingdom still. We would have got to see Sasha Calle and Cavill interact in Man of Steel 2 and all that, right? So then James Gunn, Peter Safran comes in, right? They're like, nope. So now they've been given Andy Muschietti new reshoots, new notes, and it's just been rigorous. I'm surprised this movie was even as good as it is. The amount of this movie, like, and Zodwriter said it best, Frankenstein patched together monster that's been through like 12 directors, X amount of creatives. It's been through shit tons of reshoots, shit tons of additional photography. Okay, so then they decide that now they reshot the ending. Gunn reshot the ending to make it the Clooneyverse. Also gave additional notes to add more of his dick humor, you know, because you already know. I can't believe they let Barry say the word dick and say, you know where it hurts? My dick. And I'm like, this isn't a PG-13 movie? Especially the context that he did it. He's like, they're like showing that area and he's like pointing at it. And I'm like, I mean, it actually was kind of like, I don't know. I almost laughed, but I was like, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know how to feel about it. I don't, but I absolutely believe that was notes given by Gunn. Aquaman, they made him into a bumbling fucking buffoon. He's like drunk and falls down in a fucking pile of fucking dirt, water, and shit. And he's just like, I'm home. He couldn't even get Aquaman back to his house. And so I don't know if that's like continuity with Zack's. I don't know, because, you know, in the Aquaman movie, which is like the first movie that's slightly strayed away from Zack's shit, he drank in that movie too. So it's hard to say what continuity they're following with as far as Jason Momoa's Aquaman. But, you know, I didn't really mind that scene, but the George Clooney scene and that scene, they reshot the end scene and they reshot the end of the movie, Gunn and Safran did, to basically make it a dead end fucking movie. That's basically what they did. And it just sucks knowing now and having even more proof of how close we were to partially restoring the Snyderverse until Zack could come back fully. You know, they were gonna bring him on as a creative, you know, to make sure that shit was straight, you know, because he's too busy. He was too busy at the time filming a whole nother movie to sign up to direct something not right then. But, you know, that's why Zack came out and said, my past, present, and future Superman, my future Superman. When he said all that, that's why, guys. That shit was this close to happening, and Gunn happened and fucked up everything, bro. And you can really feel it with this movie. So, again, multiple endings shot for the Flash. And, you know, yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy. And then the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about, Reverse Flash. Do you guys remember, you guys in the movement, do you guys remember Andy Muschietti on his Instagram teasing a drawing of teasing the Reverse Flash for the Flash movie? He drew the Reverse Flash and everything. It looked fucking great. And it was like scribble scratch, and there was yellow and red around the eyes and shit. And it was a drawing of like from here up of the Reverse Flash, looking menacing as fuck. It was Reverse Flash because it was the yellow, it was the full-on Reverse Flash in the suit with the colors, with the red eyes. It was the Reverse Flash. And he teased it, and there was no Reverse Flash in the movie. They didn't show. They even went as far as to, they even went as far as to cut whatever they did film for the Reverse Flash. They never showed any lightning in the kitchen. They never hinted at someone else being in the kitchen. They just, all of a sudden, you hear her screaming. You go down there, she's dead with a knife in her, and her dad's holding him. And you know that they filmed it in a way to where later on, if there was going to be a Flash sequel, they could absolutely go back, you know, and that could be the next mystery, is him really finding out what happened that night. But I just feel the fact that they didn't even hint at it at all in this movie, you know some shit was cut. And then the other thing is, there was this actor that came out that was hinting being casted as the Reverse Flash, and the dude had like blonde hair and blue eyes naturally. And I can't remember this actor's name. It was on Twitter, in the Snyderverse community, in the DCEU movement, on social media. Back then, everybody knows what I'm talking about. I got to figure out the actor it was. I wish that my man, Jeffery Warfield, was on here, because he is really good. Come back, Jeffrey. I wish that he would, was here, because he would probably remember exactly who I'm talking about. But this guy hinted, like literally, we even had the person pretty much who was cast as Reverse Flash revealed on social media, as well as Andy Muschietti revealing the drawing for the upcoming movie. When he was showing sketches of shit that was going to be in the movie or whatever, he hinted at it and showed Reverse Flash. So I don't know. It just I feel like that was a big mismanagement by the studio, whoever's decision it was to cut whatever they filmed regarding Reverse Flash. They cut all of it, every shred of evidence of it from the film, scrubbed it from like existence. And I absolutely know that there was some connective tissue, and there was definitely at least some references, and I know there was a cameo or something with him. They filmed something with it. It's not there though. But let's jump into the comment section. And right now, so final review of the movie. I would give The Flash, and I'm being very generous right now, and I might feel differently down the road. Out of 0 to 10, I give The Flash a 5.9, almost a 6. It's really close between a 6 on the dot and a 5.9 in my opinion. So that is my full-on Flash spoiler review. Me and Jeffrey's. Sorry guys that Jeffrey could not stay. He was having technical difficulties on his end. But anyway, let's jump into these comments now, guys. Smash that like button for your boy. Subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff. All right, let's see. I've missed a lot of comments, guys. Let me go. Be patient. I'm going to go through all of these sumbitches. for the most part. Yes, the microwave binged. The microwave binged with a baby in it, bro. Yes. Yes. Okay, so it was so damn, I missed so many comments, guys. All right. Yes, Rebel Moon. Oh, you know what? Jeffrey's probably checking out Rebel Moon. There's supposed to be something regarding a Rebel Moon update on YouTube that Jeffrey was talking about pertaining to Zach. And I might get on there and check that out soon, but we're at the hour mark exactly. Rebel Moon looks Tundum, Netflix, event preview. Yes. So I got to get to that soon. I don't want to miss that. Absolutely, Koj. It's absolutely true. Yes. And it's not the way that Affleck described his scene, so they absolutely repurposed it or made him reshoot it, because this is not what he described. I can't, anyway. Bro, that stuff was always going to be kept in, okay? Call that shit too. They ain't getting my money. Vote for more of this, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're not getting my money for any more of this bullshit. Yeah, like I said, this is the last movie that I'm going to see probably for them, period. They're not getting $1 from me until there's some announcement or restoration of the Snyderverse. Anything DC related on the film side of things that has anything to do with James Gunn and Peter Safran, they can kiss my ass. I probably won't even watch Aquaman 2 because Jason Momoa's already confirmed they've reshot that movie from top to bottom 2 different times already as of fucking 3 months ago. Supergirl is the Codex. He had to kill him and destroy the Codex because they need the Codex to make more Kryptonians. Wait, what? Michael Shannon was robotic as fuck, easy money. Yeah, they didn't, a lot of them, yeah. Yeah, James Gunn, baby child entertainment joke stuff. Wow. There's Jeffrey Warfield. It says, device is not connected. There it goes. What's up, Jeffrey? You back? Oh, he's back, but it looks like he's still having technical difficulties on his side. I don't hear anything. But, that wasn't added in on a clip online. It's a joke. That's in it. Yes, that is absolutely in it with the babies. The microwave, no, that's real as fuck. And the graphics look just as bad as they do online. They're not bootlegged, no asshole touched it up. Them special effects look exactly like everything that you have seen leaked online. Every clip period that you think is pirated, bootlegged, or touched up by some asshole to make it look bad, no, they literally look like that, bro. You there, Jeffrey?
How's my audio?
Sounds great. It sounds very good, actually.
Okay, because I'm gonna after this stream out, I'm gonna have to order a new laptop because my laptop is just so slow. Yeah.
Right on. Hey, talk to me after this live stream about that. I might be able to help you out with something that regarding that. But anyway, Bings, there you go. Okay. Yep, hey, there we go again. The best movie since The Dark Knight.
So you were talking about the jokes, right?
I was talking about the amount of times they reshot the movie. The George Clooney ending was confirmed almost a year ago when it was like six months ago when Gunn was first brought in. That when they made that change, when it was leaked and reported by Sill, that was confirmed.
Yep.
You know, that was true. You know, so much shit was true that was leaked, bro. General Zod and the Zod killed Clark as a fucking baby, murdered him, and then talks about it. I was like, oh my god, that was confirmed.
Yep. And apparently, I don't know if you said this on the stream or not, but in terms of the reshoots and stuff, it actually is confirmed that there are multiple versions of the Zod and Supergirl fight scene, where it is confirmed that those cut Supergirl versus Zod fights were rated R.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. I would be interested just to see that out of curiosity. What'd you say, Jeffrey?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go through some of these comments.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
But yeah, the original Zod versus Supergirl fight scene was rated R, and that got cut.
Yeah, that should have stayed in the movie. I mean, this movie could have easily been rated R. The stuff that got in, that was left in, I'm like, how is there a baby in a microwave that's dinging and this is PG-13? How is Barry, the other Barry, pointing at his own junk and literally saying the D word? It's like, you know where it hurts, right? My dick. And I'm like, I'm like, how? How are you? Favoritism, bro. I know that. Anyway, I would be interested to see what Muschietti's direction was. Yeah, I would be interested to a degree to see what Muschietti's cut of the film was without any studio meddling or notes or mandates, period. To see what, but, and Muschietti, the other thing I want to talk about, Muschietti pulled a Zack Snyder. Muschietti filmed the cameo of himself in the film. Muschietti thinks he's fucking Zack Snyder. Muschietti thinks he's Zack Snyder, guys. Look, Muschietti is the better of the bullshit universe that we've had so far. But and to be fair, Muschietti's never done nothing wrong to this fandom. It's just the point that it's a creative that he's a creative that is a studio director, not an auteur, like Zack Snyder, like David Ayer. And he's gonna do what they tell him to do. I mean. But anyway, yep, that happened. So the other thing I said too, Jeffrey, so I just wanted to go over some of the comments. Kal-El, Koj, W. Murr, what up? But yeah, I just wanted to go over this, Jeffrey. This is a big one for me. Remember when, almost a year ago, Andy Muschietti teased Reverse Flash with that drawing on Instagram? Oh, yeah. Remember, he literally, it wasn't like a look-alike. He literally drew the Reverse Flash in the Reverse Flash outfit with the colors and everything, the red eyes, right? Yep. Teased it for this movie. Then we even had an actor come out that had blonde hair and blue eyes, teased being cast in the role as the Reverse Flash. Yep. And what was that, on Twitter? Yeah, it was either Twitter or Instagram. I forgot which. Do you remember what actor that was? No, I don't. But I do. But there is actually something that came out today as well that Andy Muschietti actually confirmed that it was Reverse Flash that killed Iris. So, yeah, it is confirmed after the movie came out. Well, what about his mom, though? Reverse Flash is who killed Iris. But what about his... Not Iris, I mean Barry's mom, Okay. Yeah, but you noticed the way that that some shit was cut. They cut the film. They cut the cameo for the Reverse Flash. Whatever they filmed regarding him, they cut it from the film because, dude, they didn't show no lightning, no wind. They didn't hint at any foul play. They just straight up, he comes downstairs, she's dead with a knife and Dad's there. There's absolutely, they literally film it like, Dad's got to be lying. But we are, as nerds, we know what the fuck happened. Yeah. But it's just the point. That some shit was, that they cut that shit from the film. They cut the Reverse Flash and anything to do with him completely from that film. You know why? Because that would have hinted at a sequel. Yep. But it just. But yeah, I just wanted to, one of these, we need to dig up that actor, and literally, man, somebody needs to go interview that actor, because if he was an unknown actor and that was going to be his first big gig, I'm sure he would do some talking.
No.
I'd like, or was he a big actor? I can't remember. He was a big actor.
No, I think he was a small-time actor.
That's what I mean. That means
if he was a big name actor, I think everyone would still be talking about it. But the
reason why no one's talking about it is because he wasn't in the movie, he wasn't credited, and this shit was over a year ago, and he hasn't posted anything since that one post.
Yep.
So, but anyway, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about and go over. It's just a shame that there was some interesting things too, Jeffrey, and I don't have time to go back over because we're at 1:10, and I got a family cookout and some family coming over. So Snyder's, and we're getting ready to get the first look at Rebel Moon, or some more Rebel Moon.
Actually, it came out as I was getting set up again on my laptop. It actually came out on Twitter, and it's just some behind the scenes stuff, but it actually looked amazing.
All right. Well, either way, guys, I'm definitely, when I get off of here, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check that out for sure. But anyway, anything you want to close out with, Jeffrey? We're gonna wrap up. I gotta get to the store and get to cooking.
Really just nothing. But I really gotta say that. I guess I gotta say my biggest gripe with The Flash, even though I couldn't delve too deep into it because of technical issues. My biggest gripe with the movie is just with how needlessly complicated the time travel and multiverse travel was, because it really didn't make sense to me that just because Barry went in time, he created a new timeline. Like, I never even got that in the sense of like the Avengers Endgame, and I still don't get why they made it in that sense as to made that time travel in the Flash movie as well. Like, I just never really got that. So, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of our bad bad decisions for this movie. Again, my final rating of the movie, like I'd say, it's teetering between a 5.9 and a 6 out of 10, and I think that's being generous.
For me, it's really a 3 out of 10, and I wish I. And I'm sorry, I really do wish I was here to really talk about more in details on why I give it a 3 out of 10. But just to let the people know, when I say 3 out of 10, 3 out of 10 to me is like okay, is like an okay rating. Like, to me, a 2 and a 1 are like bad and then awful. Like, to me, a 2 is bad and then a 1 is just awful. So to me, The Flash wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't an awful movie. It was just an okay movie.
Right on. And I respect that, and like I said, I'm probably being way too generous, and I might change my stance on this down the road after it sinks in a little more, and I digest it a little bit more. But right now, my final rating from a 0 to 10, rating 5.9 out of 10. That's really that. Like I said, unfortunately, this movie, just like we suspected, it's a lot of fake manufactured hype and paid shills, because all these celebrities, a list we went through this fucking long on one of the last live streams that we did, guys. You can go check that out. that you can just tell, like, there was some super manufactured hype and money shelved out to get people to say good things about it. The movie's not complete dog shit, but it's not what it could be. It's not what it should be. It's a mixed bag. But again, maybe our last chance to say one last goodbye to the character, most of the characters that we know and love. They still had Cavill in the movie in 2 different scenes. One where it showed him in the Snyder Cut fighting at the park with the Justice League, but it looked terrible. The CGI did. It was in the Speed Force, and then another scene they showed him from the back at a volcano. But the scene that really was actually him, they cut from the end of the movie where it was an extended cameo with a couple of lines with Sasha Calle. They cut that from the film, which we all know, which was unfortunate and bullshit. But like I said, the ratings have already fell to a 67% critically, and it's only been out 2 fucking days worldwide. It's underperforming like a motherfucker now.
Yep, and as of right now, the box office.
Oh, you cut out.
It's probably going to be in. Huh?
Go ahead, Jeffrey. You cut out for a minute. That's all.
A lot of people are saying that the first box office opening for this movie is probably going to be in the low 60s. And mind you, Black Adam made $67 million at the box office. So yeah, not looking good right now for the Flash.
Not looking good so far, but we will keep up on this and update you guys as we go. And till next time, I guess, my friends, thank you guys for all joining and being here with me and Jeffrey on this live stream. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Always love talking to my DC fam. If you guys want to help us out, you can hit that like button if you guys like this video. That would really help. But all right, guys, I think that's it. We're gonna wrap it up. Till next time, my friends. Peace.